Hello there folks. Today we are starting on a 1940s style camp blouse. This pattern is from Folkwear. It came with the Rosie the Riveter overalls. The fabric I've chosen for this project is a cotton lawn. It is a floral ditsy. Ditsy patterns were very popular among housewives through the early 20th century. It is always a small, busy pattern, oftentimes floral, and basically it helped hide stains. Was that a flower? Or is that some of dinner? And to interface it, this is silk organza. All right, let's go get the pattern pieces ready and make a mock-up. I finished the mock-up for this camp style shirt. It's really big. The style of shirt has a lot of ease in it, and I prefer shirts with less ease, at least in wovens, so it's really big. Let's look at it. Back is lots of extra fabric. I am going to have to do something about the arm's eye. The back, yeah, that's gonna need some fixing because it's just so much extra fabric on the sides and lower back here. And I think once I take out the extra in the back, that will help bring in the front, which it really needs. So we're gonna have to play around with that and see what can be done. I have only done a minor adjustment, which was to open up both seams and trim excess fabric out of the back and front pieces. Now, I've stitched those back up. I did take a little too much out at the waist, and the hip here needs to be smooth, but otherwise it's actually pretty good for a camp shirt. I do have some extra in the back, but I think since this is going to be, you know, tucked into pants, that it's not going to be much of an issue. So I think I will just go forward with it like this, and I think it's good enough. I've been having a difficult time trying to sort out how this self-facing edge goes down, which way to get it in there correctly. The instructions say to fold it along the fold line. That's great, but there's actually two fold lines. There's one here and one here. So I have ripped this out so many times, but I finally figured out that this fold line is the correct one, and when it is flipped all the way around, the lines for the button will be in front as they should be. I'm going to stitch this down now, and yeah, hopefully it works out. I've hand sewn on the collar and collar facing to the back of the neck. This self-facing that I turned to the inside, it is supposed to be matching up with the shoulder seam here. As you can see, it is short, undoubtedly because of some of the adjustments I made to the shoulder pieces. What I've done to this bit here is to hand overcast those edges to keep it from fraying, and then I'm going to just very carefully tack this down to the front. Thankfully this is a ditsy, so as long as my stitches are small, you won't be able to see them. Guess who cut out a sleeve backwards and has to cut it out again? I French seamed the side seams of the blouse and the sleeves and attached the sleeves in the round rather than flat as the pattern called for. The blouse is all done. I'm very happy with it. I didn't have any significant problems with this blouse pattern. The annoying issue, it's not really a big deal. The only annoying issue I ran into was that it has these two fold lines on either side of the button bands, and the instructions have you turning under at the fold line, but it doesn't say which fold line. I ended up wasting the one entire day, all of my sewing hours, folding it this way and folding it that way and trying to decide which fold is the right way to fold it before I settled on the one that I did. Otherwise, everything all went together as it should, more or less. There was some adjustments I had to make on the sleeves since I adjusted the shoulders to fit me better. Other than that, yeah, it all went together smoothly. I did learn that Folkwear actually recommends, if you're going for a more modern fit, just to size down because there is so much ease. I guess it would have been nice to know that beforehand and have just cut out a smaller size rather than doing all the blending that I did. Probably still would have needed to do some blending through the shoulders. I am sort of someone that needs bust darts to get a good fit. This style of shirt is just, you know, lots of ease to make the fit. I can now go bowling. I have a bowling shirt. I do feel like I should have embroidered my name on the top of the pocket there. The next thing I make are going to be 1940s trousers. I'm going to use the same Folkwear pattern because it has the blouse, the overalls, and then the bottom half of the overalls you can make into trousers. I have the denim and the zipper and buttons for that. I'm going to get that made. That should be a very fast project. After that, there's going to be a jacket, and then I think it's going to be time for a reveal. I have only done a